listen to me carefully, because if you miss this, you'll blink and the year will be over. 15 days. That's it. 15 days standing between the life you've been rehearsing in your mind and the life you've actually been living. And before you roll your eyes and say, "Here we go again, another end-of-year pep talk," let me stop you right there. This is not about hustle. This is not about grinding yourself into exhaustion. And it is certainly not about making a list of resolutions you'll abandon by the second week of January, like last year's gym membership. This is about declaration. And yes, I know that word sounds dramatic, but stay with me, because what you declare now does not politely knock on the door of your future. It barges in, rearranges the furniture, and says, "This is how things will be from now on." Now let me guess where you are. You're tired. Not "I need a nap" tired. I mean soul tired. The kind where you've tried to be optimistic all year, tried to stay grateful, tried to stay consistent, and yet here you are wondering why some of your biggest hopes are still sitting on the shelf collecting dust. You're smiling on the outside, but inside you're doing mental math like, okay, what exactly did I accomplish this year? And if you're honest, part of you feels like time has been sprinting while you've been walking briskly with good intentions. That feeling, it's not failure, it's friction. And friction always shows up right before a shift. Here's the core challenge most people never name. They drift mentally, then panic emotionally, then expect miracles spiritually. It doesn't work that way. Life responds not to your wishes, but to your dominant assumptions. Not what you say you want, but what you quietly agree to be true. And right now, with 15 days left, your mind is either declaring defeat or declaring direction. There is no neutral gear. If you do nothing, you are still choosing something. You're choosing to carry unfinished energy straight into 2026 like an overpacked suitcase you refuse to unpack. Let me make this simple. The universe, God, life, call it what you will, does not respond to desperation. It responds to clarity. A confused mind produces confused results. A divided heart produces delayed outcomes. But a clear declaration? Oh, that is irresistible. Think of it like this. Imagine placing an order at a restaurant, but whispering it, changing your mind halfway, apologizing for wanting food, and then wondering why the waiter never shows up. That's how most people treat their desires. They mumble them, they doubt them, they cancel them emotionally, and then they say, well, maybe it just wasn't meant for me. No, you were meant for clarity. Now let's talk about why the end of December is powerful. Not magically powerful, practically powerful. Your subconscious mind loves deadlines. It loves endings. It loves symbolic closures. That's why people feel different on their birthdays, on New Year's Eve, on anniversaries. These moments act like mental punctuation marks. And right now, you are standing at the end of a sentence. You can trail off, or you can end it with authority. Here's the framework I want you to understand, and it's beautifully simple. Thought plants the seed. Word waters the seed. Emotion energizes the seed. Action protects the seed. Miss one, and the harvest is delayed. Most people think positive thoughts but speak negative words. Or they say affirmations with the emotional enthusiasm of someone reading shampoo instructions. And then they wonder why nothing changes. Declaration is different. Declaration is not begging. It is not hoping. It is stating a truth before the evidence arrives. It is choosing the end and aligning your inner world to it. Now don't panic. I'm not about to tell you to stand in front of the mirror and shout for an hour like a motivational movie montage. We are practical here, even humorously practical, because life responds better when you're relaxed than when you're trying too hard. Here's what you do first. Step 1. You stop reviewing the year like a courtroom prosecutor. This constant replay of what went wrong is not wisdom. It's rehearsal. Every time you replay disappointment, you rehearse its return. So for the next 15 days, you are on a strict mental diet. When your mind starts saying, I should have done more, you gently interrupt it and say, I am completing, not condemning. Yes, it will feel awkward at first. That's fine. New mental habits always do. Step 2. You choose 3 declarations only. Not 10, not 20, 3. Because scattered focus produces scattered results. One for your inner life, one for your work or finances, and one for your relationships or health. Simple, balanced, humane. For example, instead of saying, "I want to stop struggling," you declare, "I move through life, supported, guided, and supplied." Notice the difference. One fights the problem. The other establishes the condition. And here's the rule. Your declaration must be stated as if it is already law. No, I hope. No, I wish. No, maybe this year. Those words dilute power faster than water in wine. Step 3. Attach a small physical action to each declaration. This is where people mess up. They think faith means passivity. It doesn't. Faith without movement is just a nice idea wearing pajamas. If you declare order, you clear one drawer, not your whole house. One drawer. If you declare financial flow, you track your spending for 5 minutes a day. 5, not 50. If you declare peace, you go to bed 30 minutes earlier. That's it. Small actions signal seriousness. Life responds to seriousness. Now, let me address the joke your mind is probably telling right now. But it's only 15 days. What can really change? That thought is adorable and completely inaccurate. Momentum does not require time. It requires direction. A train moving 1 mile an hour is closer to its destination than a parked train with a beautiful vision board. Those 15 days are not about results. They are about alignment. You are not forcing outcomes. You are setting tone. And tone decides trajectory. Let me be blunt with love. If you enter 2026 with the same internal conversations you had in 2025, do not expect a different experience. Time does not transform. Awareness does. So here's your immediate assignment. And yes, I expect you to actually do it. Pause this video when I finish this sentence. Write down your 3 declarations. Speak them out loud once in the morning and once at night for the next 15 days. Not with strain, with calm authority. Like someone stating a fact, not pleading a case. And when doubt shows up, and it will, you smile at it and say, "Thank you for your opinion." Then you continue anyway. Doubt does not disappear through argument. It dissolves through repetition. Before I pause, let me remind you of this truth. You are not behind. You are at a threshold. The pressure you feel is not punishment. It is preparation. Something in you already knows that the version of you who enters 2026 cannot think, speak, or tolerate the same things anymore. So don't drag the old year into the new one like unnecessary baggage. Declare now, align now, move now. When you're ready, tell me in the comments one declaration you are committing to for the next 15 days. Say it boldly. Words spoken publicly have weight. And if this stirred something in you, stay with me. There is more clarity waiting, and you don't want to walk into the next season half awake. Good. Now that you've declared, we must protect what you've declared, because a declaration without discipline is just poetry. Beautiful, yes. Effective, not always. And life, bless its honest little heart, does not respond to beautiful intentions. It responds to consistent alignment. Now let me tell you something that will either irritate you or liberate you, depending on how attached you are to your excuses. The reason most people sabotage their own declarations is not because they lack faith. It's because they keep entertaining conversations, habits, and environments that contradict what they just spoke. You cannot declare peace and then binge chaos all day. You cannot declare abundance and then emotionally cling to scarcity stories like they're family heirlooms. You cannot declare a new season and keep rehearsing old disappointments as bedtime stories. Life listens more closely to what you tolerate than to what you announce. So for these 15 days, you are entering what I like to call a period of divine selectiveness. You become picky, not arrogant. Picky. You choose what gets your attention, your emotion, and your agreement. Let's start with your inner dialogue, because that is where everything either rises or collapses quietly. Thoughts are seeds, yes, but inner conversations are irrigation systems. They determine what grows quickly and what dries up. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself when something small goes wrong. Miss a deadline? Spill coffee? Feel unmotivated one morning? If your inner voice immediately says, "See, this is why nothing works for me," congratulations, you've just issued a counter-declaration. And life, ever obedient, takes notes. Here's the correction. When something goes wrong during this period, you say, "This does not interrupt my alignment." Say it calmly. Say it without drama. You are not denying reality. You are refusing to let temporary noise define permanent direction. Next, we must talk about emotional discipline. This is where people panic, because they think discipline means suppression. It doesn't. It means management. You are allowed to feel tired. You are allowed to feel uncertain. You are even allowed to feel frustrated. You are not allowed to unpack and live there. Emotions are visitors, not landlords. If you've had a heavy year, your emotions may come knocking loudly as December closes. Old memories, regrets, what-ifs, comparisons, especially comparisons. December is famous for making people compare their behind-the-scenes to other people's highlight reels. Here's your rule. No emotional spirals without interruption. The moment you notice yourself sinking, you physically change something. Stand up, drink water, step outside, stretch, move your body. Movement breaks emotional hypnosis faster than logic ever will. And please, stop waiting to feel motivated before acting aligned. Motivation is a terrible leader. Alignment comes first. Motivation follows like a loyal assistant once it sees you're serious. Now let's talk about your environment, because energy is contagious. The spaces you sit in, the voices you listen to, the content you consume, all of it is quietly negotiating with your subconscious. If you spend these 15 days absorbing complaints, gossip, outrage, and endless bad news, you are essentially planting weeds and praying for roses. It doesn't work like that. This does not mean you isolate yourself or pretend the world is perfect. It means you curate your inputs. Less noise, more nourishment. Choose one uplifting voice to listen to daily. One book, one message, one song that steadies you. Consistency beats variety here. And if someone around you insists on dragging you into negativity, you don't argue. You excuse yourself. Peace does not need permission. Now, let's get very practical about preparing for 2026. Not with overwhelming plans, but with intentional posture. You do not need a 5-year plan right now. You need a clean, energetic slate and a clear next step. Overplanning at this stage is procrastination dressed as productivity. Instead, ask yourself this powerful question. What version of me must exist for my declaration to be normal? Not forced. Normal. If you declared confidence, what does confident you do daily? Probably speaks more honestly, sets clearer boundaries, stops over-explaining. So practice one of those now. If you declared abundance, what does abundant you stop doing? Probably impulse spending to soothe emotions, probably undervaluing time, probably saying yes out of fear. Start practicing the opposite in small ways. You are not becoming a new person overnight. You are rehearsing a new identity, gently, consistently, and without self-violence. Now let me address something quietly important. Rest. Some of you think preparation means pushing harder these last 15 days, squeezing productivity out of exhaustion like a lemon that has already given all its juice. That is not preparation. That is punishment. Rest is not quitting. It is recalibration. If your nervous system is fried, your declarations won't stick. A calm mind receives guidance more clearly than a frantic one. So sleep, hydrate, laugh, play a little. Joy is not a distraction. It is an accelerant. Now, a word about faith. Because faith is often misunderstood as blind optimism, faith is actually disciplined expectation. It is behaving as though life is responsive, orderly, and cooperative even when circumstances haven't caught up yet. Faith does not say, everything is fine. Faith says, everything is aligning. There is a difference. And alignment requires patience without passivity. You stay alert. You notice opportunities. You follow nudges. You take small inspired actions without needing guarantees. Let me tell you something very freeing. You do not need to know how everything will unfold. You only need to know what direction you are facing. Life fills in details far better than your anxious mind ever could. Now here is your second assignment, and this one separates spectators from participants. Write a letter dated December 31st, as if you are thanking life for how these 15 days shifted you internally. Not externally yet. Internally. Thank yourself for clarity. Thank yourself for discipline. Thank yourself for choosing alignment over autopilot. This trains your mind to recognize progress instead of dismissing it. Most people don't fail because nothing happens. They fail because they don't acknowledge what is happening. So momentum dissolves unnoticed. And finally, let's talk about release. Preparation for a new year is incomplete without release of the old one. You are not required to carry guilt into 2026 to prove you learned a lesson. Lessons are learned through awareness, not self-punishment. So consciously release what did not work, not with bitterness, with gratitude. Yes, gratitude. Even disappointment has information. Say, "Thank you for showing me what no longer fits." Then let it go. You do not argue with closed doors. You walk away with dignity. Now listen to me closely, because this matters. The way you end things determines how you begin new ones. End this year consciously, and the next one opens more easily. Do not rush these 15 days. Treat them like sacred ground. Not dramatic, intentional. If you've stayed with me this long, it's because something in you is already awake. Feed that, protect that, act from that. When you finish watching this, choose one small aligned action and do it immediately. Not tomorrow, immediately. Action seals intention. And if you feel it, share one shift you're committing to in the comments. Speak it, witness it, let it become real through expression. Stay here, stay conscious, stay gentle and firm with yourself. You are not waiting for a new year to save you. You are meeting it prepared.